Alright guys, I'm here with yet another prediction game video. This time it's the World Heavyweight Championship match you're going to see this Sunday between Sheamus and Del Rio. By the way, how do you guys like my updated attire? I was going to say outdated, but yeah, updated attire for Del Rio. I gave him his black attire with the gold logos on it, which he's been using lately. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep the attires updated. As well as Sheamus, he has the red, black, and gold attire, which I think is the one he's been, wearing lately. I don't know if he's going to change it anytime soon, but for now, I think that's what he wears. I don't know, for SummerSlam, I just decided to give everybody, some updated attires, because I usually don't mess around too much with superstar threads, unless it's like Mark Henry, where the whole, attire color goes with if he's a heel or if he's a face. Mark Henry, when he's a face, he had that, red attire, and now as a heel, he has a black attire, and on some occasions, he wears a blue attire. So yeah, enough about, superstar attires, at least in the game. But what do you guys think of this match? How many of you are actually, looking forward to this match and have been enjoying this view? Personally, I've said this in so many videos, I'm not a fan of Del Rio, and I'm not a fan of this whole Sheamus versus Del Rio thing, although I will admit that I'm actually looking forward to this Sheamus versus Del Rio match number 2 over their first encounter. Well, I don't think it was their first encounter, but their first pay-per-view match one-on-one against each other at Money in the Bank. I think this one was a bit better built, I guess you could say, and I like the fact that Del Rio, brought these fake cops who attacked Sheamus. Actually, with Del Rio, I'd like to see Del Rio have like these henchmen, kind of like JBL's cabinet. Have Del Rio, pick up these or hire, these mid-card guys or something like that, guys that aren't really being used, and put them in a stable with Del Rio, where, they help Del Rio win matches and stuff like that. Although Del Rio really doesn't need much help to win matches. He does fairly well for himself as a heel, but it'd be pretty cool to have that. And I think if actually Del Rio has, a stable like that, and, some guys helping him out in matches and stuff, I would actually, not mind another title reign, a world title reign or something like that for Del Rio. So yeah, Del Rio's actually been a little bit, just a tiny little bit more interesting lately in this whole Sheamus Del Rio storyline they're having right now. But despite, that tiny little bit of increase in just my interest in this matchup, I'm still really not looking forward to this matchup, because, see, this is SummerSlam we're talking about here. It's one of the big 4 pay-per-views. It's the biggest pay-per-view of the summer, and we're getting Sheamus versus Del Rio. I think we could have had so many other matches for the World Heavyweight Championship that'd be much better than Sheamus versus Del Rio. And the thing I like the least about this is, it's not like it's a new match or anything like that. They had a match at Money in the Bank, the last pay-per-view. So this is a rematch. And if you want to count, other types of matchups, they had a match at Over the Limit. So, I don't get putting Del Rio versus Sheamus at SummerSlam. I think Sheamus versus Christian would have been great for SummerSlam. They could have had Christian as the IC champion if he would have kept the title. They could have had Christian, the IC champion, versus the World Heavyweight Champion and Sheamus. That would have been cool. You could have had Sheamus versus Randy Orton, since he did come back in time for SummerSlam, but that obviously did not happen, and Randy does not even have a match at SummerSlam. Actually, both Randy and Christian do not have a match at SummerSlam. Kind of a bummer that Christian does not have a match at SummerSlam. And if you guys remember, last year at SummerSlam, both Christian and Randy were fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship, so they were in the main event. Not, the last match on the card, but they were in one of the main events, for the world title at SummerSlam with Christian as the champion, and now this year, neither of those guys have, a match at SummerSlam, and Christian on Raw got beaten in like 2 minutes by Damien Sandow, which I'm still disappointed about. I know I've been talking about that a lot, that loss against Damien Sandow, but it's just because Christian looked so weak in that matchup. How could he lose so quickly? And just Brodus Clay coming out, distracting Damien Sandow, and then Christian rolls up Damien Sandow, but doesn't get the pin, and then Damien Sandow just hits his finisher like it's nothing, and it's over. But whatever. And, another main event I'd prefer to see over Sheamus versus Del Rio, since they've been showing all these Wade Barrett promos. If Wade Barrett returned sooner, I would have really enjoyed to see Wade Barrett challenge Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. They've had a feud before, but it wasn't, for any titles. And I think both were heels at that time, or actually Wade Barrett was a heel, and Sheamus was just starting to become a face. I know, well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure down the line we are going to get Sheamus defending the title against Wade Barrett, but it looks like it's not going to happen for maybe, I don't know, a couple more pay-per-views. Actually, it makes me wonder what's going to happen at Night of Champions. Are they going to have a completely new feud, Sheamus versus somebody else on the SmackDown roster, or is it going to be Sheamus versus Del Rio once again, one-on-one, which I hope it doesn't end up being that, or is it going to be Sheamus versus Del Rio versus somebody else? I don't know. What I do hope is that it's not Sheamus versus Del Rio one-on-one number 3. If it's a 3-way match involving Del Rio, then that's okay, but as far as a one-on-one match, once again, nah, no thank you, I don't want that. I would enjoy Sheamus versus Randy, Sheamus versus Christian, and like I said, Sheamus versus Wade Barrett. So as far as Del Rio's shot at winning the championship this Sunday at SummerSlam, I don't see that happening. I don't see any chance actually of Del Rio winning the championship at SummerSlam. In this case, it's like, if he didn't win the championship at Money in the Bank, then why would he win the championship at SummerSlam? If you look at the match at Money in the Bank, it was a normal match. Del Rio lost cleanly. He didn't lose. He didn't have his foot under the rope, or Sheamus didn't get a fluke victory. Sheamus just kicked Del Rio's ass, hit his signature moves on him, followed by the Brogue Kick, and just got the victory. So, it's not like the win was controversial, where, Del Rio needs this rematch, and, he could win this rematch possibly. I just don't see any chance of Del Rio winning the title at SummerSlam. And this is Sheamus. This guy has not lost a match clean in such a long time, so why would he lose his first clean loss against Del Rio for the championship? I don't think that's gonna happen. The chances of Sheamus retaining are pretty high in my opinion, and after he wins this match, is Dolph Ziggler gonna cash in the briefcase? And that's the question I want to ask you guys. Is Dolph Ziggler going to cash in the briefcase after Sheamus retains the championship here, or whatever happens after this match? Tell me in the comment section below. Personally, I don't think Dolph Ziggler is going to cash in his briefcase just yet. I think he's going to wait a little while longer, maybe at Survivor Series or something like that. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can click that like button. I really appreciate it, and I'm out. See ya.